So this is my review of the Suzuki GSX-8S. I wanted to wait until I had at least 1,000 miles on the bike before I committed to a review. And to be honest, I'm kind of disappointed. Before I decided on the 8S, I was looking at the MT-09 and the MT-07, and I watched a fair bit of the reviews for those bikes, including the 8S. So I thought I knew what I was getting into before I bought that bike. But after riding it for about 1,000 miles, I'm going to say it needs 20 extra horsepower, a steering damper, adjustable suspension, and these are all things that my 2001 Gixxer 600 and the current KTM 790 all come with stock and at a similar price. After watching those positive reviews, I thought I could get along without the steering dampener, extra horsepower, and that adjustable suspension. But it seems that I can't. I'm not 150 pounds, and that adjustable suspension is really missing and really lacking when I do some spirited riding, which is the real reason I bought that bike. I knew it wasn't going to be blowing the doors off of Panigales and Gixxer 1000s, but I enjoy spirited riding. I enjoy taking turns and sweeping turns and things like that. It seems that Suzuki made a commuter bike and marketed it, in the US at least, as a sport naked bike. And it's not. It's a commuter bike, and it's blatantly obvious now after riding it for about 1,000 miles. It seems that they kind of pushed it on here, and in a rush to get it homologated for the Twin Cup, they got a lot of positive reviews based on people doing one-day test rides and maybe a track day, and it didn't live up to the hype that I saw from those reviews. And another way you can kind of tell that it's not the performance bike that it was sort of marketed as in the US is that the performance aftermarket is anemic. Higher-end exhaust companies don't make exhaust for it. Not that Yoshimura and Akrapovic aren't high-end, but they're not the bespoke hand-fitted exhaust that, let's say, Race Fit and SC Project and Austin Racing. I love the Yoshimura AT2 exhaust I have on it. It sounds amazing, but I cannot deny that a Race Fit Growler wouldn't sound amazing on that cross-plane parallel twin. I think it would just complement that engine immensely. But going back to that Yoshimura exhaust, it sounds amazing. It sounds like a World War II warplane doing a low fast pass. I love it. Öhlins doesn't make any parts for the Suzuki GSX-8S or the 8R, and the 8S has been out for over a year. The longest review I've seen for those bikes is for the 8R, and it's a 1,000 mile review, and the guy has luggage on it like a sport tour, and it just makes me know the 8R was designed to be a sport tour, just like the 8S was designed to be a commuter. And the commuter bike market just isn't there in the US. It may be in other markets like the Asian market, South American market, and maybe California, but where I live and where I ride, it's not there. We usually use them as recreational vehicles. Yeah, we may take them to work once in a while. Yeah, we may go point A to point B once in a while, but it's a recreational vehicle. It is for fun. It is for spirited riding. And that's where I hoped that the 8S would excel, and it doesn't. And with all that said, I see what I think the bike was meant to be. The engine, while underpowered, is awesome. I can tell it wants that extra horsepower. You can tell it wants to go faster, be pushed harder. So I plan on upgrading the bike as best I can, and I can afford, unless a benevolent benefactor or some motorcycle company wants to sponsor me. Until then, it's sponsored by my paycheck. I'm going to see what a regular schnook like me can accomplish with the bike. First is going to be a steering damper, which I think it's severely lacking. Then hopefully suspension with a proper setup, and a tune obviously somewhere along the way. maybe some track days to see how it feels, how these mods affect the bike. Does it do everything I wanted it to do when I bought it 2 months ago? I'm hoping that the mods that I do, the stink dampener and the adjustable suspension and the tune, can give me everything I want. And I want to check that on the street and on the track if I can. Hopefully it becomes the bike I wanted, or not. So the next mod will most likely be the steering damper. I will either install it myself if I can, and if I can't, then I will get it professionally installed, and we'll see where it goes. And I'll definitely do a comparison to what I have now to the modified version, and I'll give you a review. And hopefully I like it. Hopefully it makes all the difference in the world that I hope it does. And we'll take it from there. Thank you. Any questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll try to answer them. All right. Thank you guys for watching, if anyone watches this. Thank you.